Perfect, 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 perfect.
Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Patched.
Welcome back, and today we got a big comparison, Ergonomic versus Ergonomic.
Yes.
We got the G-Wolf Skoll versus the M4 by Xtrfy. I still don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, and these are basically our favorite ergonomic mice that you can get right now. So we're doing a versus video between them. So the M4 is $10 cheaper, coming in at 60 bucks. The G-Wolf Skoll is 70 bucks. And I guess for what you're getting, they're both pretty good. You're getting an extra pair of skates. They're actually pure PTFE skates for the M4 when you buy it. And then when you purchase the Skoll, it's just regular mouse skates, but I believe you get 2 extra sets of skates for the Skoll. So I guess you're getting a cool little value, and you get a nice little tin can.
The unboxing experience
Yes.
it's great.
Yes.
On all G-Wolf stuff.
Yeah, incredible. So anyway, so if you guys want to get it, we'll try to leave a link in the description box, but let's get started off with the shape. As far as the shape goes, the Skoll,
It's a thick boy, dude.
It's a thick boy. Like, it's weird because like it's not like the arch isn't like that much bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's just the arch is so much bigger on the left side of the mouse compared to the right side that your hand just really tilts like this, you know? So for me, palm gripping this mouse is just incredible. It feels so comfortable, especially since it is an ergonomic mouse, and it kind of feels a little bit better like for my wrist and stuff when I'm playing. It's still pretty easy to fingertip, but it doesn't feel as good for me as the M4. The M4 is a lot like flatter, you know, it's not as much of an angle as the Skoll.
And I feel like the arch is more towards the back on it as well, which makes it easier for multiple styles. Whereas the Skoll, if I fingertip it, or I try to fingertip it, it's just a little uncomfortable. I have pretty medium-sized hands, I would say. So large hands may be able to use the Skoll a little bit better for more versatility and grip styles.
Exactly.
Small hands, I don't know if I would recommend the Skoll, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and the Skoll is a lot longer. It also a little bit wider, and the arch is a little bit, you know, higher as well. So if you use palm grip, the G-Wolf Skoll is probably going to be what you prefer. You can use both grip styles for the M4, but it all depends. If you want that really high arch, you know, obviously go with the Skoll. But for me personally, I would have to say I like the M4 a little bit better. I like to have a flatter mouse, you know, because I primarily fingertip, you know. What do you like better?
Yeah, for the shape, I'm going to have to give it to the M4 on this one. I feel like it's just a lot more versatile.
Yeah.
Sort of works around your playstyle. That is interesting because I really did like the Skoll when we first got it. I thought it was awesome, but it's just, I don't know, the M4 just feels better for multiple styles. Yeah. Maybe it's because I palm and fingertip now. I was mainly palm in the past, but I'm sort of switching up right now. Alright, so as for the dimensions on these guys, at the M4, lengthwise, you're looking at 120 millimeters, as opposed to on the Skoll, you got 125 millimeters.
Wow, okay.
For the M4, the width, so across the midsection is going to be 60 millimeters, whereas on the Skoll, it's going to be 68 millimeters.
Yeah, a lot wider.
Big.
A lot wider, yeah.
And then the depth on the M4 coming in at 39 millimeters, so that's the arch. And then on the Skoll, you are looking at 42 millimeters.
Yes.
It's fat.
Yeah,
Skoll's fat.
It's a pretty big mouse, you know? So if you prefer bigger mice, then obviously Skoll. If you like a smaller, flatter mouse, then go with the M4.
So the weight on this guy is as listed on the box. So the M4 comes in at 71 grams, excluding the cable. When we weighed it in our individual review, still came in at 71 grams. The Skoll said 66, and what's that weighing at?
Yep.
66 on the dot.
And 71. So like 4 to 5 grams lighter for the Skoll. Can you feel the difference? Not really, because the Skoll is it fills up your hand a little bit more, so it feels a little bit bigger. Thus, it doesn't feel as light for some reason. You know, so I can't really tell the difference between the weight for both of these mice. Can you?
Honestly, as long as it's below, it's like 80 grams or below, I don't mind.
Yeah, we're not much sticklers for weight. As long as it's pretty light, you know, like Lucas said, under 80 grams, then you know we're okay with it.
Yeah.
So as far as the mouse skates go, obviously you have just regular mouse skates for the Skoll, and then for the M4 you have pure PTFE skates. I can't really tell the difference though. I don't know. The Skoll feels really good for me. I don't know why.
Feel good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also got that bottom longer skate that's on there, and I feel like that really helps add to it as far as the skating goes, because it is a lot more surface area to skate on.
I don't know. It just they both feel great, and also on the hard pad, they both feel fast. So I don't know what they did with the Skoll, but it feels pretty fast. So as far as skates go, we tie it up, and thickness, the M4 looks slightly thicker, but it really doesn't matter. Just it looks just slightly thicker. As far as the cord goes, I mean, they're both incredible.
Yeah, they're both really solid. I mean, you're not going to notice the cord on there unless it starts snagging on things, in which case you want a mouse bungee.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a desk where it's going to be snagging on stuff, no issues with the cords to speak of.
Yes.
They're great on both.
Look at this, guys. You know, and yeah, I would have to say the M4 is just slightly thicker though. It looks like there's a little bit more space in between the paracord and the actual wires in the M4. The Skoll is just a little bit thinner, so there's that.
Just a little notes, little side notes.
Exactly.
As far as the sensors go, so the G-Wolf Skoll is rocking the 3360 sensor, whereas the M4 is going to be rocking the 3389 sensor. Now, it's really personal preference at that point. The sensors are both great on them. I just feel a slight difference with the 3389. It feels better for me. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know.
No, but I'm pretty sure the 89 is better. So there's that. As far as the clicks go, the Skoll definitely feels a little bit softer, you know. But like the spring back, like when I press it, it feels easy to press, but then it like springs back pretty quickly. It's very weird.
It's gonna be good for jitter clicking.
Yes,
for sure.
Not a lot of pre-travel, but a lot of post-travel. You know, so there's a Skoll there. The M4 feels a little bit heavier, a little bit harder of a click. You know, there's a good amount of pre-travel and a good amount of post-travel as well. They both feel solid to me. They both feel nice.
Yeah, I feel like if you're having issues with double clicking, I mean, either of these are fine, but the M4's got the heavier click, which I personally prefer. So as far as that category, I'd give it to the M4. Yeah,
and also like it doesn't have a lot of pre-travel, so I feel like it'll be you might accidentally click the Skoll sometimes. You know, as far as the side buttons go, they both protrude out a good amount. I would say the M4 protrudes out a little bit more, and they're both easy to press. The M4 has slightly bigger buttons, and they're high up off the ground, so your thumb isn't always covering the side buttons. And as far as the scroll wheel goes, they're both like kind of mushy, and they don't have the most defined steps, but the Skoll feels a little bit more defined. You know, so there's a scroll wheel there. So as far as like the buttons go, I would prefer the M4 just a little bit because I don't really mind the side buttons too much because there is a little bit of wobble there, but you know I don't really notice it too much when I'm playing. You know, we're just nitpicking.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so moving on to build quality. So as far as the finish of the mouse goes, I personally prefer the M4 because it's more of a smooth matte finish. The finish on the Skoll is like
grainy.
It's a grainy, like it feels a little cheap in my opinion. You know, it's good for grip. You know, but also it kind of leaves a little bit of like oil residue. It looks like, you know, oil residue, dirt and stuff. The M4 doesn't do that as much. It just feels a little bit better, you know, a little bit more quality. You know, so that there's the finish. But as far as the mouse button and you know durability and build quality stuff, the M4 there's a little bit of button wobble for me, and I notice it when I'm tracking a little bit. I don't know. I guess I just press down a little bit hard when I do that. But I don't feel that at all for the Skoll. So that I like the Skoll a little bit better in that regard. But other than that, they're both well built.
Yeah, as far as less wobble and everything like that, definitely the Skoll has got the better build quality in that aspect.
Yes.
But as far as like worrying about like the honeycomb design and breaking in there, I don't have any concerns with that on either of them.
Yeah. So both of these mice, they have holes everywhere. You know, on the bottom, the sides, and on top of the mouse. The M4 has circle holes. And then the Skoll has hexagon or honeycomb holes.
Yeah,
so if you guys, that's just a little difference there.
So as far as the RGB goes,
what do you like better, dude? What do you like better? No. You can't do that. You gotta pick one.
All right. M4. How about that? Yeah.
I go with the Skoll, dude.
I love don't get me wrong. I love the underglow effect, and I think that's super unique that they did on the Skoll.
I love it.
But I think the RGB on the M4 is just so sick.
Really. I don't know. I'd have to go Skoll. I love the underglow effect. That's so sick, especially if you have a black mouse pad. It like reflects off of it and just looks super cool in my opinion. But yeah, the M4 still looks really cool though.
Yeah. And as far as software goes, I mean, for the Skoll there is software. As far as the M4 goes, there's no software. It's just plug and play. Everything is on the mouse, so all your RGB switching, all your polling rate switching.
And with the Skoll though, I mean, you don't even need the software. You can, there's a button here for, if you want to change the light settings, and there's a button for DPI, but there is no LED indicator, which kind of sucks for what DPI setting you're on. There is an LED indicator for the M4. Not a huge deal, but I like to have an LED indicator,
I also do like having the option of having software on there just in case, because I do like to change the binds and add macros every once in a while.
Exactly.
Because I really have to change my binds on my games, because I always bind my left buttons to specific numbers.
Yeah.
But now it's just mouse 4, mouse 5, or what have you. So there's just a little thing, but it's no software on the M4.
So wrapping things up, $10 price difference, not a huge deal. And for me personally, I would have to say I like the M4 a little bit better. Skoll, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's an incredible mouse. But I would say if you have larger hands and if you primarily palm grip, you should probably go with the Skoll. Everyone else, you should probably go with the M4. Like if you like a lower profile, flatter, shape, and smaller design, and smaller shape as well, then you should probably go with the M4.
Yeah, the M4, I mean, I agree with everything you said there. The M4 is just so versatile that it's hard not to recommend it.
Yeah.
It'll work for pretty much any grip style, for any type of user, which is really nice. So, and then of course, Skoll, still a great mouse. It's difficult to recommend it because it's not as versatile.
Yes.
So, in that regard, I go with the M4 as the winner of this one.
Yeah.
And so that wraps it up for this video. Let us know what you think in the comments. Who should have won? Which one do you have? And then that wraps it up for this one. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.